I found 5 absolutely incredible woodworking tools that you may not have seen before, including this little hidden gem that we're going to keep hidden until number 5 because I think I'm saving the best for last. Let's go. Rockler did send these over for me to check out, and if you'd like to check them out for yourself, there's links in the description, the pinned comment, and of course, you can scan the QR code if you're watching on TV. Just use the camera app on your phone, hold it up, it'll scan that and take you right to my website where you can check out all these tools as well. Now, let's dive into these. Number 1 on the list, this is probably one of the best portable workbenches that I have ever had the pleasure of using to date. It is packed with features and has a lot of versatility that it can add to your shop. It's more than meets the eye here. Let me show you what it can do. Out of the box, this thing is very well packaged. Everything is really nice and tight in there. Nothing's bouncing around. And it's very impressive when I pull it out of the box. You get a solid 1.5 inch thick beechwood worktop with pre-drilled dog holes, and then everything you need to assemble the vise, all that. Plus, it does come with 2 legs, so if you are not going to mount this to a regular workbench or some type of stand, you can use it just like this on a worktop like I'm going to do. Also worth noting, all the hardware you're going to need comes with this to mount the legs, to mount the vise, and have everything you need for a Moxon style vise, which I have never had in this shop. And I'm very, very excited to finally get one. It also includes 4 dogs, 2 long, 2 short, for clamping and various other applications. So I'm glad to see those were included because I did not think they were. And what's very cool about this is this Moxon style vise can be assembled basically anywhere along any edge of this workbench. So if you wanted it on the side edge, you could do that on either end, or you could put it on either end of the workbench. So a lot of options here depending on where you want your clamp. I want mine on that front left face. So let's install it. So on the Moxon style vise, it has pre-drilled holes, countersunk right there, and that lets you know which end goes where. So that's going to go against the workbench. You're going to leave those pre-drill holes sticking straight out. It also has the nut as well as the bolt that you're going to use. When installing these little nuts inside of these pre-drilled holes, make sure you put the Phillips head on the outside. One thing I want to do is make sure this jaw is flush with the top of the workbench. That way it's not sticking up proud and causing any issues later on. So seems like gravity is going to do the trick here. I didn't tighten these up all the way, but I did go ahead and set it down flat so that it could just lay flush. Now I can tighten them up. Once you get the first part of the vise connected to the workbench, very easy, just tighten down those screws. And the one complaint I have about this whole assembly process, the only complaint, is this little Allen key. It's kind of cheap metal, and so if you tighten too much, you'll wind up deforming it, which is what I did. So I had to go to my handy dandy DeWalt set, and then from there, no issues, just tighten those 4 bolts up. And then you're going to insert 2 of these nuts into the space where they go, and then you'll be able to install the bolts into those nuts all the way through, and then put a nut on the back side, and then tighten them up with whatever wrench you have. I think it's like 1.1/8 nut, if I had to guess. I have all the way up to 1-inch wrenches, so I didn't have one big enough, but I did pull out my handy dandy Robo grips from the 1980s. If you don't have some of these, I'm sorry, you're missing out. All that's left to do is put on the handles you're going to throw in a washer, and then those little handles will spin right on, and from there you're ready to rock because it was that easy to assemble this whole thing. Now I want to make sure this entire surface is dead flat, because if it's not really a perfectly flat workbench on something like this, then what's the point, right? This is a precision straight edge I'm using here. It is absolutely straight as an arrow, and when I put it across this workbench, both lengthwise, all the way across, multiple places, 0 issues. There's no light coming through at all. This is dead flat lengthwise, and then across the width of it, it is also dead flat all the way across, including the vise, which is really cool to see. Now, also important to note, it comes with a work support that you just bolt on to the end if you're using it on the side of the workbench. And what that's going to be is so that your stock will have a place to rest while it's in the vise, so it doesn't do that number. Pretty cool. What all can you do with this? Well, first, you can use this just about anywhere, especially if you're in small shops or small spaces. You can use this on sawhorses. You can mount this to its own cart if you so chose to build one. And you can also buy the stand that goes with this if you wanted to make it a mobile stand, mobile workbench type thing, if you wanted to do that with a metal frame, the whole 9. But I think, personally, it's best just like this. A lot of us have outfeed tables like this, and we just need a place to do some extra clamping. And I think this is gonna fit the bill. I'm also curious, can I buy another Moxon vise and put on the end? I think we probably can. I'll look, and if so, I'll link it in the description. That way you could have 2 different places to clamp at. Pretty cool. Another cool thing about this little workbench is it has little leveling feet on all four corners, so if you do choose to use it on something like this outfeed table or something like that, you can level it up, and they are rubberized, so it's a non-slip type thing. But what I'll probably do is just clamp it to the workbench while I'm using it. In use, the versatility of this little workbench is absolutely incredible. For one, it's not overly heavy, but it does have enough weight to it to be kind of substantial on the workbench. In other words, you can move it around, but it's also not flimsy, so nothing's bending or anything like that. It's a very solid little workbench. And there's a few things that a lot of, especially beginners, don't know about workbenches like this. First, you can use them for assembly because these dog holes are drilled perfectly 90 degrees to each other or in a perfect grid pattern. You can use the dogs that are included to set up perfect 90-degree angles. So if you wanted to use that as a jig to set up, so if you're building a lot of things like picture frames or boxes or anything like that that need to go together perfectly, you can use this for that setup. You can also use this with other dog accessories, dog hole accessories. So if you have other ones, you can use it like this Bow low profile kit comes with this low profile fence. You can also use dog hole clamps that clamp from the top, just like this grid system that I have here. So it does help you clamp those things. But I think the most important part of this workbench, well, I think all of it kind of goes together, but the Moxon Vise is the star of the show here because you can do a lot with that. You can clamp things down horizontally or flat to the table using dogs inside of the clamp jaw, pushing against the dogs on the workbench. So long flat boards or even shorter flat boards, if you're sanding and things like that, if you need to work on the face of that board, you can clamp them down like that. And because of this work support down here, you can clamp longer boards on there if you need to work on the edge. Maybe you need to plane the edge or even use a router on the edge of the board. You have nice stability there. Everything's clamped, not going to move. And then of course, you can clamp boards vertically should you need to work on the end of that board if you're cutting dovetails or whatever reason you're working on the end of that board. The operation of the vise works extremely well. These spin really freely, so you can move them in and out really fast, and then there's enough roundness there to clamp down a really nice jaw on whatever you're clamping down. Overall, I think what you're getting here can seriously level up your shop. If you're in the market, this thing is absolutely fantastic and extremely well made. I'm glad I got one in the shop now. The next upgrade for your shop is this little gem here. Now, a lot of people, when they start getting into woodworking, they start buying consumables like sandpaper and things like that, and you wind up with a bunch of boxes or a drawer full of mixed bags of sandpaper. This will help you stay organized. This is a little sandpaper holder. Comes with some labels. You write whatever sandpaper you want on there. I'm not a huge fan of the labels. I think they should be a little stickier, but they are there if you want to use those, and you can store your sandpaper, 5-inch sandpaper in this. What's really nice about this is you're able to see when you're getting low, and it has little tabs all around that holds the sandpaper in there so it doesn't flop up out of the way or in the way when you're trying to open and close the little drawers. This holds 3 different sizes or 3 different, I guess, grits, depending on, I guess you could load the whole thing up with 120 grit, but 3 different drawers here holding sandpaper. And what's really nice is you can mount this to the wall with the holes on the back, these little plus signs. You can mount these on a shelf or under a shelf with the little screw holes on the top, and these also stack together and lock together, so if you do have more than one of these, you can snap them together, which is pretty cool. Right now I've got 120, or actually 150, 220, and 320 in this, and getting sandpaper in and out is very easy, and because they have 2 little finger tabs on each side. Pretty cool little upgrade if you're in the market to store or keep your sandpaper organized so you can find it easier and know when you're getting low. I like 3M sandpaper. What kind do you like? Next, this is not Pac-Man. This is the Big Daddy version of one of my favorite workbench accessories ever created, and that is the Rockler bench cookies. I've used these for years for a whole bunch of reasons. It's great to get things up off your workbench so you don't cut into the workbench. I use these all the time when I'm using my track saw on the workbench to elevate that sheet good up and support the offcut and the cut piece. I also use them when I'm sanding, when I'm routing, but now they've come out with this. These still have the same grippy surface that other bench cookies have, so if you're familiar with those, you know what you're getting, but these do snap together and give you a little bit more versatility and a bigger work surface. And on the bottom, you will notice there is a bolt hole there so that you can use their accessories with these as well, which is super cool. Next, we're going to put these in the same group because they're kind of very similar, and I think you should probably pick up both if you're in the market for something like this. These are shoulder squares. One is a 90-degree shoulder square and one is a 45-degree. These are just handy to have around, especially if you need to carry a mark or a line all the way around a piece of stock so you can make your cuts exact and all that good stuff. This is a 90-degree one, and it's flat on both sides, anodized aluminum, perfectly 90 degrees, so you can use that as well. And it's really well made. Should last you for the rest of your life, probably. This is also a 45. This one has a couple of nice little features that a lot of people probably wouldn't think about, but you can scribe 45-degree lines using this square, just laying it on top of your stock and scribe that line. On the face or the front of this 45-degree shoulder square, you have a beveled edge, so it actually comes down to a point so that it gives you a little bit better accuracy than if it was just straight square, especially when you're trying to cut that 45. As a matter of fact, that beveled edge is exactly 45 degrees and equal to the top of the shoulder square. I think it's kind of a neat little addition. Before we get to number 5, it's worth mentioning I just bought this Craftsman V20 cordless router. This is an incredible hidden gem that a lot of people aren't talking about. I've been very impressed with this. If you're looking for a cordless tool platform or wanting to pick up an extra router, you should probably consider this. It has some really nice features on it, including a fine-tuned dial or knob there where you can dial in the exact right depth. It is a brushless motor and it is variable speed. This did come with a starter kit with a charger and a battery. I got it on sale for an incredible deal. I'll link to it in the description if you're looking for a good router. I highly recommend this one, especially if you're on a budget, because this was very surprising at how good it was. I was not expecting it. I thought it was going to be kind of cheap and jinky. Color me impressed. Number 5, I told you I was saving the best for last because I think this really is. And this is handy as a shirt pocket. I mean, very handy because it has a hidden feature that you're fixing to see. This is just a pocket rule. Now, if you not have a pocket rule in the shop, they're really nice for layout as well as setup. If you want to use these, especially at a router or router table, they're very nice to have just to set up your bit heights and your blade heights and all that. It goes from 0 to 3 inches on each side, which is in 1/16 of an inch. And then on the end scale, you get 30/2 of an inch if you really need to dial in that precision. It's a nice little tool to have. But that's not all, because if you flip it over on the back, you have fraction, decimal, and metric conversion chart right in your pocket. How cool is that? I told you I was saving the best for last. If you'd like to check out any of these incredible tools I've shown today, links in the description, the pinned comment, and of course the QR code for my TV viewers. Let me know what you think about these tools if you'd like to see more from Rockler. If you like this video, you got to check out those incredible tools at Home Depot that you can get right now. Click in that box, get you the big old virtual fist bump. Seriously, those are awesome.